Arce. Yo 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 yo. Charlamagne is out, but we got our guest co-host Claudia Jordan. Good morning.
What's up, Envy? How you doing?
How you feeling?
I am good. I've been up all night watching crazy videos from Alabama. I'm so proud.
Oh boy, we got to talk about that in front page news. Alabama was, I mean, if you don't know the story, you haven't seen it on social media. I'm going to let Cenat and Figaro break it down. But yes, I was proud. I was happy how we came together to whoop some ass.
It's our own insurrection.
Yeah. And
they had January 6th. We got August 6th.
And I am so proud of that one brother who jumped off the boat, swam to the shore to whip ass.
Who said black people can't swim?
I know he was tired because when he swam over that shore, he had to pull himself up. And it was taking him a long time, but he got up and he got the power and he whooped some ass. We'll break all that down in front page news coming up in a little bit. What you do this weekend?
What was I doing? I was outside with my girls this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going out a lot lately.
Yeah?
Really. I had 6 months. I'm just like, no relationship. Mm-hmm. I'm just having fun. Hot girl summer. Yeah,
you should. You know what? You should have hung out with me this weekend. I was first. I went to Toronto. I was at Caravana. Drop a bomb for everybody. Went out to Caravana.
That was this weekend?
Yes, it was a huge Caribbean festival. They do it every year in Toronto. I haven't gone the last couple of years because of COVID. It usually gets about 2 million people to the city, and I had such a great time at Caravana. Just people out partying, representing their country. I mean, I did so many shows, so many festivals, so many parties over the weekend. And then I came back last night. Now, the mayor of New York City, of course, this is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. Mm-hmm. It's actually this Friday is the day. He's doing these festivals and these block parties in every borough. So Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island. And last night was Queens. And they've been trying to get me to DJ. I didn't know if I was going to make it happen, but I was able to DJ. And let me tell you, I haven't had so much fun in a long time. We was in Queensbridge. Now, if you know the legendary Queensbridge, that's where Mobb Deep is from. That's where Nas is from. Growing up in Queens, it was a place where you didn't go unless you were from there.
You
would have got shot, stabbed, robbed, absolutely positively. So when they asked me to do it, I was like, I'm not from that side of Queens. I'm from the north side. But I did it. And to see Mobb Deep perform Shook Ones in the middle of that crowd was something to see. All the old school. Turn it up a little bit.
I wish I got into town early enough. I love Mobb Deep.
Oh, like just to see them performing in their own backyard. It was a block party. It was like close up. I'm sure 10,000 people out there. Big Daddy Kane performed. Now, shout out to all the old school heads because it was Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, Dead Prez, Onyx, Beanie Siegel came out. Roxanne Shante. It was so many people out there just celebrating Queens. And then after they did like this huge drone show. Now the drone show consisted of maybe they had like 200 drones. Mm-hmm. They flew them up in the air and the drones did pictures of like just hip hop figures. It was just amazing. The only thing that was missing was honestly Nas because Nas is from Queensbridge. I'd have loved to see Nas out there, and of course 50 because he's from Southside. Run DMC, LL Cool J. It was Tribe Called Quest. It was just so much happening, man. So salute to the mayor for putting all those shows on. I know he's going to be doing one in each borough. So if you get a chance to touch down in New York City, just check it out and see where it is because it's a free show so you can get to see it. And it was just amazing. So shout to everybody I seen in Caravana. Shout to everybody I seen in Queens last night. All right, and let's get the show cracking. Now, Dr. Cornell West, he'll be joining us this morning. Of course, he's running for president, so we'll talk to him. He's not Republican or Democrat.
No.
So we'll be chopping it up with him. And then, like I said, Cenat and Figaro's up next. We're going to be talking about what happened in Alabama. And I pray to God that some of those people don't get charged. I know a lot of people were arrested. I know the brother that was smacking people with chairs. I know people say it was a little too much, but I think they deserved it.
He hit the guys with a chair. That was cool.
But what?
But he did hit a chick. You
don't know if that chick was hitting his wife?
She was already down, and a sister had already taken care of her. But they innocent. All of them.
They started it. Oh, well, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ, Envy, Charlamagne, the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan, here. And let's get in some front page news. Cenat and Figaro is here. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning, DJ Envy. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning.
And let's jump right into it. Alabama.
Yeah, y'all couldn't wait. We're chomping at the bit on this one.
That's right.
Black people are excited everywhere, I guess, to see black folks stand up. You know, I say all the time, it's a time to swing and it's a time to sing, using the words of Malcolm X. Let's go straight to the report from WSFA. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Tonight, we're following breaking news near Montgomery's Riverfront Park. A fight beside the river has led to multiple arrests. Welcome to the news at 10. I'm Brady Talbert. A viewer sent us this video, which shows the fight just feet from the water. A witness claims it started because a pontoon boat was blocking the dock where a riverboat was trying to park. You can see more people jumping in as that fight played out. Well, soon after, Montgomery police arrived at the scene. They say a large group of people were involved in this brawl. Our crew saw people in handcuffs. MPD says several people have been detained and any charges are pending tonight.
They deserved it. They deserved that ass whooping. I mean, so break down what happened. The gentleman was telling them that the boat, he was a security guard working there, right? He was telling them that they couldn't park the boat there because the steamboat was coming in, correct?
Correct. And, obviously they didn't want to hear that. And so we clearly saw, they put hands on him first, jumped the security guard. People were laughing at how he threw his hat up in there, basically. I don't know if y'all saw that.
I see him throw his hat up there, yeah.
So, and folks started jumping in, as Claudia mentioned about, I made a post too saying, who said black people can't swim? They've been calling him Aquaman. I called him Little Mermaid's brother, Black Little Mermaid's brother. And so black folks just, jumped in and assisted. You did see others who were recording it, from the side. But certainly their brother needed some help. And so as you mentioned, as the report mentioned, folks have been arrested. And I put out a call yesterday with a lot of attorneys that we were talking to yesterday, and they're looking to offer assistance to these folks who need help. Please get at me at Teslin Figueroa on Instagram for those who they're willing to help pro bono to make sure that they get adequate representation. Also, a lot of folks are trying to help sending money with Cash App. Yep. And so we're just trying to make sure that we find the right people, to get it to. We've made some contact with a lot of the leaders in Alabama, particularly, calling for no charges to be filed. So this is something that organizers are working on, to try to see what we can do to offer assistance.
You know what I don't like about the coverage?
What's that?
Outside of black media, right? Mm-hmm. The way the news report was, a fight broke out. No, it was not a fight. A group of white men attacked a black security guard doing his job. And if it was the opposite way around, race would definitely be talked about outside of us. It wasn't a fight that broke out. Call it what it was.
He was assaulted.
He was assaulted by like 6 or 7 people doing his job. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. Media is very slick with that.
Yeah. But you know what I do love about the whole thing? A lot of times, a lot of people, especially in our community, we mind our business, right? It doesn't have anything to do with us. But the fact that I've never seen people get so ready so fast. I mean, because people were on the boat and that boat was coming in slowly, and I know those people on that boat, like as soon as this boat hits this dock, we gonna whack some white people's asses. But the thing that I like about it is they were on top of it. There was no questions asked. It was like, this gentleman is my father, he's my uncle, he's my brother, he's a family member, and we're gonna defend, because it wasn't a one-on-one. It was 5-6 people. Yeah. And the fact that the women jumped out, and when they see them women jumping on that man, and like I see the fact that brother, think about it like this. That brother didn't know that man. He seen that man getting beat up. He jumped in the water and swam to the shore to get his licks in.
We should have been doing this, actually, because we've been witnessing way too many of us getting beat down in front of a lot of us just filming. So shout out to the people that got involved and got active.
I agree.
That's it. And I said that as well. I was saying, normally I say, why are you just filming instead of getting active? But I am glad that they did film this one to put it on the record, because I think, we needed to see it. People needed to see it. They needed to know that everybody's not going to just sit around and sing songs and pray and cry. So we had enough jumping in and folks also, recording it to put it on the record. So
now, what do you think about the brother that picked up the chair and was swinging at everybody on the chair?
Hey, when it's going down, it's going down. I'm picking up everything. Chairs,
and that's my
tables.
point. That's my point. You see red. If you ever get into a fight,
it is what it is.
You see red. And that lady was swinging on men. She was swinging on people beforehand. So like I said, I'll say allegedly because I don't want to get sued. But when it's red, when it's wartime, I'm picking up everything. I'm swinging everything. I don't know what you got. Nah, it is what it is. But
I get the emotion, but of course he gonna get it the worst. Of course, But I get his mentality. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
Well, that is front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Let's discuss what you did this weekend. Were you out and about? Did you go to Carabana? Did you go to some of the festivals? Maybe you're out in Alabama. It doesn't matter. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Whatever you want to discuss. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Break it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Antonio.
Hey, what's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Hold up. I just want to say about regards to the Alabama situation.
Yep.
When it comes to like white supremacists or like possible racists, that lady deserves what she get. I don't see you as a woman. I see you as a threat. And he handled that threat. This is how I see versus like, women, men, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, people will say that, he shouldn't have hit a woman, but, the fact that they were fighting like that and he got red, I mean, I don't know. She was swinging at dudes. I don't know. I'm not in that situation, but if I was ever in a situation like that where I'm trying to protect a brother and they're fighting, I'm swinging at everything moving. That's just me, honestly,
I think those rules go out the window when it's a white supremacist. I agree.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, it's your boy Lovey from the Bronx. Good morning, Breakfast Club.
Lovey, what's up? Get it off your chest, brother.
I want to talk about this Alabama. What we're missing from this MB is the origin of it. This was over a Trump rally. That's why they was all charged up like that.
Oh, okay.
Is that a fact?
That's why. Yeah, that's why the Reds was all charged up like that. And I definitely want to shout out my boy Tyrone Phelps in the chair master doing jujitsu with the chair.
Oh, you
Tyrone
stupid, man.
Phelps.
Tyrone Master. Goodbye, Lovey, man. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up, DJ Envy? My name's Kassan Nick, calling from the west side of Detroit.
Kassan, what up, though? Get it off your chest.
What's up? I'm just getting off my chest. I'm starting a second full-time job today. I just want to wish myself luck on that.
All right. Good luck. What you doing?
All right. I work my first job, I work at a factory full-time. My second job is at a warehouse.
Okay. All right. Well, get that money, brother.
Yes, sir. All right, DJ Envy. Good to talk to you.
And don't be late. You're running late now, so don't be late. Hurry up.
Never gonna be late. Hey, DJ Envy, I want to shout out Veteran High School class of 2011. The class of all classes, best class, only class, this class, the only class that could be number one twice.
All right. Well, thank you, brother, and have a good day at work.
All right, you too. Bye.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Dingo.
Dingo, what up? Get it off your chest.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all have a good weekend?
Yes.
Great weekend, brother.
Hey, who's the guest today?
It's Claudia, Jordan. How you doing?
Oh boy, Claudia, how you doing?
Why you say it like that?
No, never mind. I'm not gonna get into that today.
Wait.
How you doing?
No.
He tried to shoot a shot with you a couple of weeks ago when you were up here, and it didn't really turn out too well.
But is that why you mad at me?
Of course you don't remember.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
of course you don't
well, listen. In my defense, I'm taking 6 months off break out of dating, so it has nothing to do with you. It's me. I'm trying to
Well, that's good. That's good. You should take some time for yourself because, I think you got to really understand what you're missing out on in the world.
That's why I'm taking my time.
6 months. Yeah, this 6 months. Maybe take a year because,
No. I'm good.
There's a lot of good men out here.
I'm good with 6 months. It expires August 16th, so I got just one more week to go. So it expires August 16th.
Well, maybe I'll hit you up there, Miss Claudia. So we'll see how you feel.
See how he started off kind of on me a little bit, and now he came around.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't gonna go there. But like I said, I wanted to spare you. But, all right. Anyway, this is why I'm calling, guys. Did y'all see the full video, the beforehand about what was going on and what led up to the altercation?
Yes.
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
How this brother's doing his job, and out of nowhere, these people come out of nowhere and just start wailing on the man for doing his job. And that's wrong. I saw nothing wrong with what was going down. I love that our people stepped in, did what we had to do, and I love the brother that got in there and swam and protected his own, because that's what's up. That's what I love to see. I love our people. I love us. I just wanted to let y'all know that I love us. We keep doing this. We got to keep protecting each other because we don't know what's going to happen in the next, few months, even a couple years. So let's take note of this situation, y'all, and let's get ready. You feel me?
Absolutely. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, yo, what up, man? This is your Jay.
Jay, what up? Get it off your chest.
Hey, listen, man. I just want to say, man, DJ Envy, you my guy. Uncle Charlotte, I just watched 88, and dog.
You enjoyed it?
Man. it like changed my whole perspective on politics and everything, and the way that they be running everything going through there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, man, yeah, it's something different. That was a good watch.
Okay.
And I salute both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all did y'all thing.
Charlamagne, the producer on that one.
Keep doing your thing. Yeah, he did. I feel like he had like a little snippet in there.
Oh, okay. Well, salute to Charlotte. He's out today. He'll be back tomorrow, though.
And that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, y'all keep doing it, man. And we love y'all in the land.
Appreciate you, brother. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, this is Josh.
Josh, what up? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, man. I just want to let you know how that thing in Alabama moved me so much, man. And I just want to say this, man. It was looking like it was black people that had sense. You know, it was sensible black folks. And that when I seen them swinging, I knew they saw nothing but spirits. Ladies, men, whatever it was bad spirits. And it was go time. And I'm going to work this morning feeling like we up one.
Yeah, I mean, to see those black queens running around and getting their little two pieces in was amazing too. They were holding down the men as well. I love to see us protecting us. I mean, a lot of times we don't necessarily get to see that. So the fact that they protected that brother, didn't know that brother, but just wanted to make sure that brother was good, man, that made me so happy to see that last night.
It kind of brought me back to the 60s.
That hit home.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of brought me back to like the 60s, back in the day when we used to be more like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Looking out for each other. And I hope we go back to that. Because look how strong we are when we rock together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I thank God that there were black people around. Because, I mean, that man could have been there by himself.
He could have been murdered.
And then he'd have got his ass whipped, and they would have changed the story so crazy. Mm-hmm. But the fact that, you know, like Teslin said, that, you know, sometimes we got to tape, and sometimes we got to whoop ass, and sometimes we got to do both. And it felt so good to see both. Hello, who's this?
Hey, hello. Peace and blessings, Envy.
Sean Stone, what up, man? Pick up the phone, brother.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Envy. I'm at work. I'm out here driving a garbage truck. Shout out to all the sanitation workers out here.
I feel bad for you today, bro. The rain is disgusting today.
Hey, you know the crazy thing is, Envy? Oh, good morning, Claudia.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, you know the crazy thing, Envy? I didn't bring my rain jacket, bro.
Oh, my God. You gonna smell just like dirty dog.
Whoa. Envy, I drive a different type of garbage truck. I drive a front loader garbage truck that only pick up dumpster.
Oh, so you don't even get out the truck?
So only time I hop out my truck is just to open the gate or close it back. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, so you ain't even got to get out the truck. So you ain't really gonna get that wet today.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. You feel me? I still got to get out of the truck and open a couple gates. You know what I mean?
Got you.
But I want to talk about that Alabama situation, man. It was going down.
Wasn't it?
I don't condone violence or anything like that, but you know, sometimes we gotta stand up for each other as black people, you know?
So Sean, let me ask you a question. Since you're a sanitation driver, right? So you're out and about on the street. So I'm assuming you would see more things like this, like, you know, black people getting into incidents. Now, if you seen something like this, would you stop your truck and help somebody?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would. I jump in there.
Okay.
You see a lot of weird things out here, Envy. You know what I mean? I saw a lady on the block one time in North. She had on no brassiere, no top on. She was just outside.
Guy said no brassiere, but go ahead.
He fancy with it.
Yeah,
fancy with it.
Well, I'm Jamaican.
Hey.
Okay.
That's why I said no brassiere, no bra. You know what I mean? But Envy, I just want to say you're a good dude, man. You know what I mean? You know, I've been calling Breakfast Club for 13 years, and I love the way how you are, brother. You know what I mean? So I be seeing a lot of things online, negative things. I just want to say, Envy, continue just keeping your head up, man. And there's a lot of people out here that love and respect you, brother. All right?
Appreciate you.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And Sean, you ever been to Toronto?
Never been to Carolina or Toronto before, man. But I love Drake, though.
He loves Drake. You got to go to Toronto one time. It's very Caribbean influence. You would love the food.
Yeah.
You would love the music. You would have a great time out there in Toronto. If you ever get the opportunity, definitely go check it out.
I appreciate it, man. And shout out to your Jamaican wife, too, man.
A lot of mercy. I don't know why I said Lord of Mercy. It just felt like
right. I was like, really?
Just felt like it was going. Anyway.
You're caught up in the moment.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way. What we talking about?
We have a lot to talk about, but Pop Smoke, there's a link with the man that was found in a barrel in L.A. with the Pop Smoke murder. So we're going to get into that.
All right. We'll get into that next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is out. Our guest co-host Claudia Jordan is here. We got to get to the rumors. Let's talk about our starless co-host.
Listen up, everyone.
I mean, where...
Made it.
Really even started.
This is the Rumor Report.
They call me Soldier Boy sometimes because they say it sounds fake, but I swear they're all true.
On the Breakfast Club.
Your Jordan stories are great.
If you live long enough, you're gonna have stories.
That is very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Talk to him.
Now, last week, as I was reporting the rumors, Nene Leakes did an interview with Carlos King, and they mentioned our girl, Claudia Jordan, and this is what Nene Leakes said.
Claudia Jordan.
Starless.
Who won between you and Claudia in Puerto Rico?
I'm always the winner, and so I obviously won. But I will give Claudia this, although she said the most nastiest things about me, and she's been holding on to a grudge for 100,000 years. I'm going to give her this. I've read many of girls, honey, and I've been on this show with many girls. I would have to say that she was probably my number one battle. She was definitely right up there to battle with. Yeah, I don't think that there's not been one other girl that could probably battle the way she did, because I took her through it, and I feel like she took me through it. And so I feel like we gave each other a run.
I guess that was a compliment at the end.
It's like saying, you know, Envy, you're a good DJ, but you smell like onions.
You know, right?
You know what I mean? Like, I give you a compliment, but then I also tell you smell or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So what's your beef with Nene?
I don't have a beef with Nene. And here's a problem. Whenever I have to report on her, people think it's a personal thing. I have a very good sense of humor. I work with comedians. I work with the greats like Jamie Foxx and them. We used to give it to each other so much harder. Wait, hold on, pause.
Pause, yes.
I mean, on the air.
Okay, there you go.
Like, we used to like say the most personal, like wild things to each other, and we would laugh about it. Nene and me, that was light work to me on the show. It was funny to me. I never was mad. It's the fans that like elevate it on social media. So me and her, like, people don't know this. After the reunion, she texted me because I said some cool stuff to her at the reunion too. And she's like, you know, I appreciate what you said, blah, blah, blah. And then we were good. But when my name comes up and she says something slick, I'm like Cardi B. Like, when you get me, it's like forever it's on. You know?
Right.
It's not a grudge. It's like, just don't say negative things about me and I won't have to respond. But I do appreciate her saying the truth. I did read her, and they also cut like maybe 10 or 11 more things that I said. I wish one day they would release the unedited version. Y'all hear the whole thing. But yeah, but she did call me starless.
She did.
Should I say anything about that?
I mean, how does it make you feel?
Well, how much does stardom pay these days? Because I can't call Chase and say, hey, I'd like to pay my Bentley payment with my stardom. I would rather be starless than jobless. Because I'm not here for like the clout. I like money.
Right.
I like working. I like, being busy. I like putting other people on. But I do think it's dope. And you know what, Nene? I think one day you and I need to have a conversation, whether it's on camera or off camera, because honestly, I felt like we missed a really crazy opportunity. Because I think both of us have wicked senses of humor, and she's real fast and funny, and I know I am.
Right.
I think we could have had some TV gold had it had not gone that direction. Because before I did Housewives, her and I actually were cool. Like, she called me to she reached out to me in 2009 when I never even watched Housewives to take her place on this hosting job.
Right.
So she knew who I was. I was doing Celebrity Apprentice. I hosted Miss Universe, Deal or No Deal. I was doing all that. I wasn't familiar with the show. So when she did that, we had no beef. So when I went on the show, I was surprised that she kind of came at my neck first. And so I was just reacting in real time, what y'all saw. Like, I was like, damn, like, I thought we was good, you know? But then I also have a different attitude about reality TV. To me, it's like, we should look at it like this is just work, like an acting job almost.
Right.
And then when we go off set, like, go get a drink and be like, yo, we did that.
Right. That's
how you should treat reality TV, not take it home and really be mad.
So you're not taking it personal, but you feel maybe she is.
Well, yeah, and I do understand how she feels. She was on that show from day one, right? It blew up. She was a huge part of it, and then she feels discarded. I know how that feels. You know what I mean? So she has a right to feel defensive, but I'm not your enemy, girlfriend. I'm not. Like, cut it out. Just say the nice thing. Leave the starless thing alone, but I do understand you was asked the question. My thing is, I'm not trying to be a star. I'm trying to be rich.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm sure Nene will come up here guest host before the year's over.
But Nene, I do appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. Because, a lot of people still talk about it. We did this in 2014 and it's 2023 and people are still talking about it. And I still get asked every single day, would you go back? And I'm like, you know what? I'll go back, bring me and Nene back together. How about that?
Okay.
How about that, Nene? And that's my olive branch.
There you go. All right, what else we got?
Damn. All right. Pop Smoke. There's an update here on July 31st. Police found the body of a man named Javante Murphy. He was 32 years old in a barrel that was seen floating in the water near the Pacific Coast Highway bridge in L.A. He had one gunshot wound to the head. His body was not badly decomposed, so they don't believe his murder happened too long ago. Police do see a link because he's the brother of one of the 5 people that were arrested in the Pop Smoke murder. So they do believe it may be some kind of retaliation.
Wow.
So yeah, I have a friend that lives in Malibu, and she hit me up before the story came out, and she's like, "Yo, Claudia, it's getting crazy around here. Like, they found a body in a barrel that washed up down the street from me." And this is why. What you think about this retaliation? Going after the relatives is crazy.
Yeah, well, they said that the police don't 100% know what happened, if it's part of the Pop Smoke situation or if it's a part of another situation. They believe it could be some gang activity from something else. They're trying to put 2 and 2 together to see if it is part of it. But I mean, it's like anything else. When it's wartime, everybody can get touched. Everybody's included, which is sad. But
the family friend said Javante was a good kid and was not involved in gang activity. Yeah, that's
so sad. Sad situation.
Very much so.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. Teslin Figueroa will be joining us, and Dr. Cornell West will be joining us. He's running for president for 2024 Independent, the People's Party. And we're going to talk to him next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our audible pick of the day is Snoop Dogg's From the Streets to the Suites. Here's Snoop's journey from the streets of Long Beach to hip-hop legend. Listen when you sign up for a free trial at audible.com/Snoop.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is out. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan. And let's get in some front page news. Teslin Figueroa, welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. Hello, DJ Envy. Good morning, beautiful Claudia and the Breakfast Club family.
Good morning.
And all the Laker fans out there, I just want to tell y'all that Anthony Davis agreed to NBA's richest annual extension. He has agreed to a 3-year, $186 million maximum contract extension. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. All right, well, I'm going to play the Powerball today. I think it's at $1.5 billion or Mega Millions is 1.5. One of them is high. But
keep trying, Envy.
I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying. Now, let's talk about this goon squad.
Yeah, once again, earlier we were talking about, the brother that got jumped by the white men. And again, this happens in several different instances. This is one where the goon squad was white men, white police officers who jumped tortured 2 black men, 5 former Rankin County, Mississippi, and 1 from Richland, Mississippi. Deputies pled guilty to charges related to the torture of the 2 black men. Let's listen to the report, and I'm going to give you some more information on the other side.
They became the criminals they swore to protect us from.
They allegedly call themselves the Goon Squad, a group of 6 white former Mississippi law enforcement officers giving themselves that moniker because of their alleged willingness to use excessive force and not to report. Now they pleaded guilty to federal charges related to an assault that, according to a charging document, included nearly 2 hours of torture, physical, racist, and sexual abuse on 2 black men after a white neighbor complained. Several black males have been staying at the property, and the neighbor had observed suspicious behavior. The officer who received the complaint directed an investigator to take care of it. On January 24th, 6 law enforcement officers entered victims Eddie Parker and Michael Jacobs' home without a warrant.
Wow. Yeah, now, the lawsuit said that they entered without a warning. And again, the complaint was about allegedly drug activity, which they did not find. And they were handcuffed, kicked, waterboarded, as you heard, sexually assaulted. One was actually shot in the mouth.
Wow.
He said he will never be the same. And so they have permanent physical damages, long-term, obviously, psychological damage. The sheriff says that he didn't know that this so-called goon squad exists. Do you guys believe that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
People talk.
I don't believe it either. He said he was embarrassed by it, but I just, for this to go on for so long. And again, this just points to, again, going back to the Alabama story, everybody's not going to sit around, and allow you to do this. And so we have one story where we got folks jumping in to defend the black man. We got this story where, 2 black men were assaulted. This is why you saw the energy that you saw in Alabama. I just want to put it out there. People are over it. They're tired of it. We want our licks back. And that's why people are, motivated by it. It's not us condoning violence. It just is what it is. We see too many of these stories happening over and over. The officers were charged with conspiracy against against rights, deprivation of rights under the color of law, conspiracy to obstruct justice, obstruction of justice. And so we'll see how that goes. What do you guys think?
You know, for years I would hear people say, "Oh, they want a race war. They want a race war." I'm like, nah. But it seems like it's unfolding right before our eyes in all areas. Like a security guard doing his job at a dock. People in a house that are not really doing drugs, but they stay in there, and then using, what's the obsession with like the sexual abuse too? This is reminiscent of slavery when they brought us over here and the things they would do to black men, buck breaking. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? Like, what is the obsession? Like you said earlier, we mind our own business. They are actively seeking out smoke with us.
I was going to ask you, with Donald Trump running for president and everything going with him, do we see things getting worse? Like, are we seeing, I don't know if it's white supremacy or white on black crimes, or is it getting worse because Donald Trump is putting more pressure on?
Well, I mean, to me, my personal opinion, I mean, this is America, so it's always been going on. But he certainly, when he started running, certainly, opened up, I guess, the floodgates, if you will, to make people very comfortable, with what they do, and basically saying the quiet part out loud. Remember when he said stand back and stand by? And remember, we covered the story a few weeks ago on the country singer Jason, is it Alden? When he said, don't try it in a small town. Remember when he made that tweet? Yeah. Well, guess what? They tried it in a small town in Alabama, and guess what happened? The small town fought back. That's right. So it's those types of, inciting that you see over and over and over. And we heard the gentleman say that this had to do with a Trump rally. I didn't want to say that because it's not, for fact. Right. But, there is conversation saying that because, there was a Trump rally, I assume somewhere in the area, that people were a little bit more turned up. But I just think that our response to that and what you saw with our people is, again, people are tired of the constant, stories like I just covered, the constant George Floyd, the constant getting beat up, the constant, crying on camera. No, it was time to do a little bit of swinging back. So, that's what it is.
I think this could be a pivotal moment for us because leading up to this, we did stick around and just watch and film. Like, I think now with this context, the George Floyd thing, I don't think a lot of us will be sitting around like I think I'm personally motivated myself. There's no more sitting around and filming. I think we're gonna get more active. I think we're gonna get more involved now. I think this was a big major moment for us as black people. I really do.
Now let's talk about this Burger King worker who didn't miss a day of work in 27 years.
Yeah, now on a positive note, again, this is where, folks came together. Now, this is, I would assume people donated from all over the country. But again, they took care of this brother named Kevin Ford, who was a Burger King employee in Las Vegas. He was surprised with $400,000 from his coworkers and other supporters online after he worked for 27 years. Now, he got, after he got the gift from Burger King, they gave him a small goodie bag that had a Reese's cup, Starbucks cup, 2 pens, and 1 movie ticket.
It was embarrassing.
And so he kind of expressed his disappointment. So people said, oh, let's do something for this brother. So they started a GoFundMe page, and within a year, the campaign raised over $400,000. So it looks like, he definitely got a retirement that's well worth it. There was another story I was going to do. We don't have time to do, but it was about French fries being linked to depression. So I thought that was interesting.
How is French fries? French fries makes me happy. How does it link into depression? It makes me smile.
I know it. I brought that story because last week you were talking about how you have to fight to get the French fries every now and then. Yep. But I'll just roll into that. Speaking of French fries, but yeah, a research team from China said that 12% of anxiety and depression come from folks who eat fried food, particularly French fries. They said they evaluated 140,000 people over 11 years, and they found that people that ate the fried potatoes over other things had a 2% increased risk of depression. So, Envy, there you go.
I mean, I'm not going to front. I got some McDonald's French fries and I was a little depressed, not because I didn't eat them. I got a small thing of French fries, and everybody knows I got a 20-month-old baby, right? And the 20-month-old see my French fries, and I had 1 fry, and she killed it. And I was gonna fight the 20-year-old, like, because I was like, "These are my fries. This is all I wanted. You got your oranges, you got your fruit, you got yours. Let me just have my little French fry." And she ate my whole French fry. And I was like, you know what? That's a sign from God telling me I ain't need them French fries right there.
Sound like you're still mad at the baby.
I am still mad a little bit.
It's just a baby, Envy. It's a baby. Give it the fry, Envy.
No babies, yeah, give it the fry. But I tried to hide it, right? So she took one, I tried to hide it, and then she looked at me and just started crying. Like, I know you got them fries behind you. And it was like, either let her cry or give her fries. So I gave her the fries.
It was good for you. Well, I saw this story and thought of you, so maybe this would be motivation to stay away from the fries. So,
all right, Tess, and you got a shout out before we leave?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to our brother Killer Mike. I mentioned last week we were doing a Texas tour. He did 2 shows, one in Houston and one in Dallas, but we did conversations with Killer Mike at 2 barbershops in Dallas and Houston. I organized that, and it was just an amazing conversation, particularly with him and DOC. So I'll have that this week on the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect Podcast Network. And if you want to hear what 50 years of hip hop looks like, sounds like, check that podcast out. But I also had a chance to attend his tour, his concert, and I was just in tears, Envy. I'm telling you, the Michael album, I just can't stress enough, it is definitely a classic for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Now, when we come back, Dr. Cornell West will be joining us. He's running for president for 2024. He's not Republican. He's not Democrat. He's running the People's Party. That's right. Independent. So we'll talk to him when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We also have Teslin Figaro with us this morning, and we have a special guest, Dr. Cornell West. Welcome, brother.
Oh, y'all blessing me in this consecrated space. All this rich spirit and stories and narratives and laughter, and you all deal with some serious issues, too. Mm-hmm. And to have our dear sister here, though, indeed, Sister Teslin, it's a blessing.
How you feeling, brother? To have you here, brother. How you feel today?
Oh, I'm still swinging, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm still swinging. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. You know what I mean?
and you swinging because you are running for president. So tell the people, why did you decide to go through that strenuous and stressful thing?
Well, my brother, I've been running for truth and justice all my life, though, man. So this is just another context, another moment that we got to be true to the best of all the love and care and integrity that been put inside of us, man. For me, that's Irene Clifton West. That's Mom and Dad. That's Shiloh Baptist Church on the chocolate side of Sacramento. That's the Black Panther Party. We set the highest standards of integrity, honesty, decency, but most importantly, courage. That got to break the back of fear. We got too many folk running around scared and intimidated and kowtowing, you see. And that's what I've always tried to do. So running for president is just a particular moment in a larger calling of running for truth and justice. So when I come into a space like this, I feel at home because you all been wrestling with the same issues week in and week out, and it's a beautiful thing to be here.
Happy to have you here, brother. I see that the Democrats and a lot of progressives are saying they wish you wouldn't run, saying that your presidential bid could cripple President Biden's potential run. How does that feel to be that kind of threat, to be that kind of disruptor?
Well, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, though. That's what it means to be a servant of the people. You see that Harriet Tubman was a threat to the white supremacist order. Frederick Douglass was a threat. That's why he put a bounty on his head. Ida B. Wells was a threat against lynching and American terrorism, Jim and Jane Crow. That's why they put a bounty on his head. Martin King, Fannie Lou Hamer, they were threats. And what does it mean to be a threat? What it means to be a threat is you calling into question an order that's predicated on too much suffering of precious everyday people. Now, the funny thing for me is, here it is. I haven't had one public event. I haven't had one fundraiser. And they say I'm a threat and a menace to the constitutional order. I say, yeah, that's what I need to be doing. That's precisely what I need to be doing, you see. Because the Constitution was pro-slavery in practice for 75 years. It's pro-Jim and Jane Crow in practice for 100 years. These days, the new Jim Crow. I always begin, as a Christian, I begin with the least of these. Which means I look at the world through the lens of my partners who incarcerated. I've been blessed to teach in prisons for 41 years. Now, I asked the Democrats, what are you doing about mass incarceration? Biden, you was the architect of it with a white supremacist named Thurman.
That's right.
With Strom. What are you doing about mass incarceration? I want to know. If you're not doing about it, how am I spoiling your votes? You're not speaking to the needs of my people. You're not speaking to the needs of those who are suffering.
That's right.
So I'm not a spoiler. I'm casting a spotlight on that which you don't want to come to terms with. If you were really concerned about the issues I'm concerned about, then steal my thunder. Be on the cutting edge of eliminating mass incarceration. Be on the cutting edge of abolishing of poverty, abolishing homelessness. And we were just talking to my beloved wife Anahita here, the unhoused precious brothers and sisters. If you really want to speak to the issues, be on the edge of trying to gain access to workers with a living wage. Then I wouldn't have no ground.
That's right.
You see? So they think that but people say, well, it's just a personal thing. It's just a vanity thing. Please, I just turned 70 years old. The last thing I want to do is be wrestling with the issues in the American empire that have to do with just how sick and indifferent and callous our elites are when it comes to poor people and working people. But I got to be true to one's calling.
I was going to ask, when you talk about Biden and you see the amount of support that a lot of our community gives him, what's your biggest hurdle with making sure that those people that supported Biden and with all the effects that he's done to us support you?
Well, one is that I do recognize that we black folk have always been between a rock and a hard place. Henry Highland Garnett gave that famous speech of 1837 in Philadelphia where he said, black people must never confuse our situation with that of the Israelites in the Hebrew scripture. For us, Pharaoh is on both sides of the bloody Red Sea. That's real. So that's the fear too, you see. So Biden and the Democratic Party can just say, if you don't opt for me, and I ain't done nothing about mass incarceration, 39% of our black children still living in poverty, I ain't done that. I haven't focused on it, but Trump is worse. Trump is worse. Every 4 years, Republicans are worse. Republicans are worse, and it's true. So you say, we're between a rock and a hard, but wait a minute, we got to reach the point where we say, we got to speak our truth, and we got to understand we're between a rock and a hard place. That's true. And what happened in that convention in 1837, somebody? We have no way out. Somebody sang a song. Somebody tell a story about the love of your child and the love of your loved one. That's the only thing keeps black folk going. Think about Jim Crow, South Carolina, where you come from, brother. Is that right, Charles?
That's right. Absolutely.
That's Dizzy Gillespie. That's James Brown.
Yes, sir.
That's South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
And what was it about South Carolina? Just like Mississippi, the only two states that had a majority of black people. What does that mean? That meant that the level of terror and trauma against this brother's family was even more intense. Why? Because they were scared. You say these black folk get together, they might want to create a decent society for them, and a decent society for them means we're going to have to give up some power, give up some resources, give up something. And unfortunately, we're living in such a moment of spiritual decay, not just in the nation, but in black America. We just got too many black folk who are scared and fearful and intimidated and don't want to speak the truth.
When you hear allies, well, I guess allies of yours like AOC say Cornell West is too big of a risk because of the Electoral College and the fact you may take some of those votes. What do you think of people like that? Because they're progressive. Shouldn't they want these issues on the ticket? Shouldn't they want somebody like you on the ticket bringing up these issues?
Right. No, it's true. And that's a wonderful question, though, because you've got a progressive slice in the Democratic Party. Now, I was with Brother Bernie, as my dear sister knows, twice. They treated him badly. They treated him unjustly. They rigged the whole thing. You had Hillary Clinton and the others were going to ensure that he did not win no matter what. So at the core of the Democratic Party is a rot. And that rottenness is corporate greed. And they tied to big money, big donors, big benefactors. Can't be a member of the Democratic Party and win without access to big money. Now, I'm as broke as the 10 Commandments financially. Personally, collectively, and I don't mind, because somewhere I read, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all the rest of the things will be added. So when I hear AOC, I say, okay, she's part of that progressive small slice of the Democratic Party, but she's giving in to the perceptions of the corporate wing of that party. And the corporate wing says over and over again, all we have is two parties. It's freaking frack. It's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. There is a difference domestically, but not a whole lot of difference in terms of foreign policy. You ask Palestinian brothers on the West Bank, when they got the various bombs coming at them, when 550 Palestinian children are killed in 50 days. Somewhere I read or somewhere I heard in Vacation Bible School in Shiloh Baptist Church, Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world, red or yellow, black or white. They are precious in his sight. So a Palestinian child has exactly the same value as a precious Jewish child. And you ask the black politician, how come you won't say a mumbling word about the Palestinians undergoing that kind of suffering? They own the gravy train.
All right, we got more with Dr. Cornell West when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Dr. Cornell West. And don't forget, Charlamagne is out. So if you want to give somebody Donkey of the Day, 800-585-1051. Phone lines are wide open, all right? Now let's get back to Dr. Cornell West. Ceslin Figueroa sat in with this interview with us.
Right. Dr. West, you are right. The progressive movement, it started out, with everybody excited. It happened well before Bernie Sanders, but everybody was feel the burn. And now that burn is kind of fizzled out because there is a current split. How do we hold people like AOC accountable that said, and I'm just using her for example, piggybacking off Charlamagne's question, but what do we do for those that said, no, we're going to push the line, we're going to go hard, and then they flip?
Yeah, we just got to tell the truth. Tell the truth in humility. And the truth is a jagged edge in Janet's face, which is to say it has a number of different dimensions to it. It comes back at us and it goes at others. No one of us have a monopoly on truth.
That's right.
Truth is bigger. Mm-hmm. Justice is bigger. Beauty's bigger. Love is bigger. But we got to be honest. We got to be candid. Now, for example, if AOC was doing something important on the local level, if she was dealing with housing evictions, and I'm in solidarity with folk dealing with all this gentrification, all of this land grab and power grab, and they wanted to do something within the neighborhood, I'd be there with her. Because it ain't about her, it ain't about me, it's about the people suffering. But when it comes to presidential politics, and people are so quick to endorse without leverage, I mean, it's amazing to me that people say, Brother West, you have a chance of turning the whole election. I told my wife, now how in the world, just 3 months ago, I'll wake up and I'm listening to Aretha. Ain't nobody thinking about me. 3 months later, I got the power to turn the whole election.
Yeah, that means somebody not doing something right.
You ain't lying.
That's right.
You got this Black Congressional Caucus been in there all that time, and I'm out there lecturing and writing and so forth and so on. And then all of a sudden, I got this leverage. But I can tell you one thing. They're going to have to put me in the grave before I sell out black people, because I ain't selling out my mama. Oh, I'm not selling out my daddy. No, they were always greater than me. Greater in love, greater in wisdom, you see. So when I have leverage, I don't look at the black community the way my brother Tavis Smiley says so many other politicians do, as some political calculation. No, not at all. These are the people that love me into my sanity, into my dignity. You see, just like me giving up Curtis Mayfield and opting for the Beach Boys. I'm not gonna do it. I ain't got nothing against Beach Boys, but it ain't my thing.
That's right.
Ain't my thing.
That's right.
No.
Dr. West.
I want to hear some Anita Baker. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Oh yes.
I love the disruption you causing. And you're a threat when everybody is saying you're going to be a threat. But I also see the media, they're not wasting no time attacking you, because now they're saying you owe $500,000 in taxes, and they're trying to say it's hypocrisy on your part because you spent so much of your life advocating for higher taxes on the wealthy. I'm like, I ain't never heard any of this about Dr. Cornel West before, but now all of a sudden he's running for president.
Everything's coming out the woodwork.
Here it is go.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I mean, I told you before, I got so much gangster in me. I was a gangster before I met Jesus, and I ain't nothing but a redeemed sinner with gangster proclivities. So that there's a whole lot of things. Anytime you shine a flashlight under somebody's clothes, you're gonna find all kind of mess, because that's what it is to be human. But the thing is, one, you don't want to lie about it. You want to tell the truth. I go to the grave for that.
And you already told him you broke. So.
And I've been broke. I've been telling absolutely.
You lying, my brother. You ain't lying.
That's the truth. And it's partly because, I do like to give to loved ones and others too. But I take responsibility for it too. But it don't make no difference to me. What's interesting is, you want to use it as a distraction. Why don't you keep the focus on the suffering that I'm highlighting?
That's right. That's right.
Yep, that's right.
Go to Harlem, go to Brooklyn, go to South Central LA, go to South Side Chicago. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm concerned about. But they used to do the same thing. The Supreme Court put Martin in jail for tax evasion.
That's right.
Now, Martin is a tax evader in the same way that I'm a Norwegian. And I ain't got nothing against the Norwegians, but I ain't no Norwegian. I can tell you that right now. So this is just a matter of trying to hit you below the belt and keep the distraction. But the beautiful thing is, Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest We're all free black men. We got to give Honorable Elijah Muhammad tremendous present because he produced two of the freest black men, probably the two freest black men of the 20th century, Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali.
3. Don't forget Mr. Farrakhan.
Well, that's true too. Now, Mr. Louis Farrakhan's free. You're absolutely right. And he's very much tied to Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Right. Definitely. And in that sense, the Minister Louis Farrakhan is a kind of son of Malcolm in that way, you see. But what Muhammad Ali do? Muhammad Ali, rope-a-dope. You got to get your timing right. That's what the jazz musicians say, right? You got to time it in such a way that when it's time to swing, make sure it's effective. Make sure it's got love in it, and make sure it has impact. That's who we are at our best. Yeah.
You mentioned in one of your interviews how we should be taking notice to all of these strikes going on. So a moment ago you said, the Democrats are saying, hey, all is well, the economy is well. Break down to the people how you talked about, it can't be going too well because people are striking everywhere.
Isn't that the truth? Thank God Almighty. At Amazon, Brother Chris, I thought we were going to have a strike at UPS, but they called it off the last minute and got a deal. But you got to continually engage because, see, class struggle is inescapable in the capitalist society. You have to be very honest about that. And the end and aim is always to squeeze from the worker what you can to make the profits as high as you can. You got banks right here in New York that's generating billions and billions and billions of dollars and staying in the pockets of the well-to-do. We got 3 individuals in the country that has wealth equivalent to 160 million citizens. 3 people. 3 people. That's a key sweat moment. Something just ain't right. Ridiculous. Same is true with Cop City. Who's supporting Cop City? Democrats and Republicans. Black politicians down in Atlanta too. What's happening? What is Cop City? The militarization of an already militarized police force. To do what? To make sure that on the chocolate side of town, you're not engaging in the kind of protecting service that you ought to. It's suppress. It's contain. So it doesn't spill over to the other sections of town. Treat them where you want to. Look at our dear brother. We're going to kick off the campaign in Mississippi with Emmett Till. Day, and August 25 and 26, and we got the Brother Jenkins and Brother Parker, Brother Michael and Brother Eddie. Y'all heard about that case, the 2 who have been so brutalized and sexually assaulted down in Mississippi, and the officers just pleaded guilty. My dear brother Malik Shabazz just told me about they just pleaded guilty, but we're gonna be down there with those brothers. Why? Because that's where we begin, and it's just 2 hours from Delta, Mississippi. That's where the blues comes from. That's Robert Johnson, Hellhound on my trail. That's Son House. Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey. You see, that's the 20th century was the most barbaric century of recorded time. Over 160 million people killed in wars. And the greatest breakthrough of the 20th century was black music.
All right, we got more with Dr. Cornell West when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Dr. Cornell West. And don't forget, Charlamagne is out. So if you want to give somebody Donkey of the Day, 800-585-1051. Phone lines are wide open. All right? Now let's get back to Dr. Cornell West. Charlamagne?
How did you feel? Did you hear Meek Mill say recently that record labels pay artists more to rap about negativity?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, the 3 albums that I did, I was blessed to work with Prince and Gerald Levert and Talib Kweli and Jill Scott and Rod Digger and a whole host of KRS-One and so forth. And my album Never Forget came out 2007. And we went to a variety of different labels and they said, we don't want this political crap. We want G-string music.
G-string music. Yeah,
that's the language they use.
That's somebody from a label said that?
Oh, yeah.
What label? You remember the label?
Oh, Clive Davis and them.
Wow.
That's who it was.
Wow.
That's who it was. And I said to myself, I didn't say it because I just listened and taking it in. Well, actually, I said something like, I don't have anything against G-string. Because I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, but I'm not a Puritan. You know what I mean?
Love a good G-string.
Orgasm has its role and has its place. I don't think we ought to just hook up with orgasm machines for the rest of our lives and just continually. No, stop and have a little conversation.
Right.
Stop and have some relation. But when you fetishize that in relation to black people, that's nothing but white supremacy in the musical context. You see. because Gil Scott-Heron ain't crap. Curtis Mayfield ain't crap. Fight the power of both P.E., Public Enemy, and the Isley Brothers. That's not crap at all. Now, Marvin Gaye is saying what's going on and let's get it on. That's part of life. Sometimes you need to get it on. Other times you got to find out what's going on. And you got to prepare yourself spiritually, politically, and so forth. But there's no doubt that the spiritual warfare against the younger generation that tries to dumb down the music. You know, you got 7-11 songs, which is the songs with 7 words, and you sing it 11 times. Titillation and stimulation, it doesn't keep you keeping on.
If you do win, what would that do for our community, you think?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I told my blessed wife again, I said that I'm not going to the White House until everybody has a house. You see, so we're going to be spiritual servant leadership. Meaning what? Then we're going to talk about abolition. We're going to bring back troops, 800 military units around the world. America doesn't have to be an empire forcing every nation to succumb to its domination. America to be a nation among nations. We spend 57 cents for every dollar on military. We could be using that to wipe out poverty. We can be using that for jobs with a living wage. We can be using that for Medicare for all and so forth. So it's going to be a new day in that sense. Now, you can imagine that, very realistically, that, when you bring that kind of black musical sensibility concerned with catastrophe, swing, and improvisation, grounded with a courage and a love, they're going to try to crush you like a cockroach.
You ready for that?
Oh, I've been ready for that all my life.
That's right.
Black love is a crime in a white supremacist world. Anybody who falls in love with black people will be criminalized in a white supremacist world.
We've seen it happen so many times.
Every major black leader we had who fell in love with us.
That's right.
Criminalized, character assassination, literal assassination, marginalization, incarceration. Mumia Abu-Jamal, we can go on and on. Deruba, so many of the political... Sister Shakur Asada and others.
Kind of two-part question. I want to know what do you think Republicans are getting right and what are they getting wrong? What do you think Democrats are getting right? What do you think they're getting wrong?
Yeah, I think the Republicans get one thing right. They've had historically in the last 50 years a certain fear of centralized government undermining liberties. Now, they've given that up recently because the neo-fascists have taken over. Because for me, you see, I believe in workers' control. I have a suspicion of government too, and it's partly because of the kind of surveillance and COINTELPRO and the ways in which government has access to powers of surveillance of each and every one of us. So that I'm deeply tied to personal liberty. I'm deeply tied to individual rights. I think people ought to be able to make their own decisions. It could be women having control over their bodies. It could be gay brothers like James Baldwin or lesbian sisters like Audre Lorde or trans or anybody. Individual liberties are important, but they are important alongside overcoming structures of domination in the economy, in discrimination, in the workplace. What do the Democrats get right? The Democrats get right the defense of rights of women and gay brothers and lesbian sisters and trans. They've been decent on that when pushed.
You say black, though.
Well, neither one of them are fundamentally committed to defending black folk. That ain't no accident. That's white supremacy at work at its deepest level. It's inseparable from the economy. It's inseparable from education. It's inseparable from the spiritual condition of black people. We don't love ourselves, affirm ourselves, and so forth. But it means to me that neither one of these parties has ever made it a priority to empower black people.
And see, with that said, I don't understand how come the Green Party isn't able to make more of an impact, because they are a viable alternative to this two-party system that people claim to be sick of.
Well, part of it is the Green Party itself has never made it a major priority to empower black people either. Am I telling the truth, my sister? Absolutely. They're concerned about the environment, rightly so. They're concerned about capitalism, rightly so. They're concerned about patriarchy, rightly so. Patriarchy in relation to black sisters, brown sisters, indigenous sisters, Middle Eastern sisters, and so forth. Yes, in principle, but not a priority. Not a priority, you see. And so those of us who are improvisational and moving from one context to the next, you had to be true to what's inside of you. That's all. You just have to be true. It would be like James Brown, playing the funk in the Apollo and go to Carnegie Hall and start playing Lawrence Welk. He's not going to do that. He's true to himself.
That's right.
The funk is going to be as funky in Carnegie Hall as it's going to be in the Apollo.
That's right.
That's what we need. We need politicians. We need black professionals like that, not just wearing the mask and trying to get through based on their careers and the next opportunity they can seize.
How do they support your campaign, brother?
So we got the website.
Make some donations. CornellWest24.org. Yeah, you can go there to donate, to volunteer, all of that. CornellWest24.org.
And we appreciate you, brother, for joining us this morning.
No, but you all stay strong, because as I said, this is consecrated space, though, man. Speak people who come through here, the musicians, the artists, the leaders. Yesterday you had the brothers wrestling with the ghetto chef and the food, and the brothers from the prisons and things. This is the space. This is like the ring shout place, and under slavery, it was against the law for us to read and write. It was against the law for us to worship God without white supervision. We had to steal away and hold a hand in the ring shout, and then just raise a beautiful song, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. They consecrated that space where they could be free in their deep African black selves. Well, so it is here on 55th Street.
All right.
2023.
We call this the Black Mothership.
That's right.
Black Mothership.
That's right.
Ooh, now, is that Sun Ra or is that George Clinton and them?
George Clinton.
Oh, I
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dr. Cornell West, and it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan, here. And let's get to the rumors.
Listen up, everyone.
Where really the start. This is the Rumor Report.
They call me Soldier Boy sometimes because they say it sounds fake, but I swear they're all true.
On the Breakfast Club.
All your Jordan stories are great.
If you live long enough, you're going to have stories.
That is very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Talk to him.
Okay, Taylor. Taylor made it on another intro.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's all.
That was cute. Okay. I'm not like Soldier Boy. My stories are true. His are true, too. All right. Jamie Foxx and Jennifer Aniston. Listen, there's a whole bunch of backlash. He received backlash for a social media post that he shared regarding fake friends. The post said they killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? Hashtag fake friends. Hashtag fake love. Well, the post sparked a whole bunch of criticism of Fox's vague mentioning of the word, they, causing the Jewish community to feel targeted. A lot of people came to Jamie's defense, stating the post was a cultural thing, and most people knew that this was a reference to, betrayal of Judas and not an attack of the Jews on the Jews. Jennifer Aniston received backlash because she liked the post, and people was like, "Hold up now, sis, relax." And she posted this story. She posted this to a story. "This really makes me sick. I did not like this post on purpose or by accident. And more importantly, I want to be clear to my friends and anyone hurt by this showing up on their feeds. I do not support any form of anti-Semitism, and I truly don't tolerate hate of any kind."
The only anti thing I got from that post was anti-friends, and the post had less to do with that and more to his statement of fake friends. I'm sure it was somebody in his life that was a fake friend, and he was saying, and in our culture we've said things like this before. I don't think he was attacking any group at all. You're like, come on. It's to the point where people are being too sensitive now. I guess people felt offended, so he decided to take it down and apologize. But he wasn't going at any group. He was talking about a friend that I'm sure did him dirty, and that's what he was trying to compare it to.
White people, this is for you.
Now, is this your black side or your white side?
This is my black side speaking right now.
Okay,
sure. And I'm speaking to my mama and to all the white folks out there. There's things in our community that we don't have to explain because it's understood.
Correct.
Whose grandmother did not tell him, "Baby, If they kill Jesus, what do you think they'll do to you?
Correct.
That's something that we say.
Mhm.
It means if the most perfect human that we've ever heard of known a perfect being, was murdered or killed and people betrayed him, don't think you're better than that. Has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It's unbelievable that, and I honestly, I don't feel that he should have apologized. And Jamie posted this apology. I want to apologize to the Jewish community and everyone that was offended by my post. I know my choice of words have caused offense and I'm sorry. That was never my intent. To clarify, I was betrayed by a fake friend and that's what I meant by they, not anything more. I have love in my heart for everyone. I love and support the Jewish community. My deepest apologies to anyone that was offended. Nothing but love, always, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, this is my black side speaking to you as well. You shouldn't apologize. The more we tiptoe around things like this, and it gives validity to people even thinking that was such a reach, Jennifer Aniston, and the community that thinks that they were coming for you. He was coming for you. He was not. He wasn't.
Right.
Like, we're getting to a point where we have to, like, backpedal everything we say to appease one group. Where's the apologies to us?
Yeah, everything is intention, right? And his intention wasn't to offend anybody. And that's clear. The problem is people get offended by anything. We've seen it happen when Lizzo said something, had to take something out of one of her records. We've seen it when Beyonce had to take something out of her record. That's culturally things that we've said. Now, if it was an intention to offend somebody, I completely understand. But in this case, there was no way, no how, not even a little bit of an offensive tone from Jamie Foxx.
The problem is everybody wants to be a victim, and everyone's like, I'm offended. Back in our day growing up, we're close to the same age, right? Mm-hmm. That used to build character. Even if you were offended by something, you would learn how to rebound from that or have a clap back. And I feel like we've gotten so, I can't even say the word I want to use, but we've become weakened and watered down where we just can't take anything. And being offended is the worst thing on earth.
Right.
Being offended when I was younger made me a savage and be able to respond quickly and come back with something. We need to bring back Plain of Dozens and make people hard again.
Yeah, but
wait, hold up, pause.
Yeah,
I don't mean like
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
But don't be offended.
No, offended. But I will also say this, and I'm sure Jamie probably have a lot of fans, a lot of followers that are Jewish, and maybe they felt the way about it, and he wanted to be like, you know what, that wasn't my intention, and if you felt that way, I'm sorry, but I don't think people took it like that. I just think people looked for a story and took that story and ran with it.
And shame on you, Jennifer Aniston, because I like you and I feel like you put a battery in people's backs with that. You really did. All right, moving on. Neo apologizes to the LGBTQ community for recent remarks. He recently did an interview with Gloria Velez on Vlad TV. Now, during his interview, he gave his personal opinion on children and gender identity. Let's take a listen.
I have no issue with the LGBT. I have no problem with nobody. Okay,
Right.
Love who you love, do what you do.
Exactly.
I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders, and that's just how I rocked. I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
if your little boy comes to you and says, "Daddy, I want to be a girl," and you just let him rock with that, he's 5.
And where did he get that
If
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Where's the lie? Where's the lie? But then he with much pressure, he was forced into an apology. He said, after much reflection, I'd like to express my deepest apologies to anyone I may have hurt with my comments on parenting and gender identity. I've always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBTQ community, so I understand how my comments may have been interpreted as insensitive and offensive. It goes on and on and on. Once again, another black person having to apologize for having an opinion. Now listen, I understand it's tumultuous times and the community has definitely been under attack. 1,000%. So have black people, right? I agree with comments about parents not really parenting anymore and like kind of letting the children lead the way. And I think we need to get back to a place where, listen, I wanted to wear makeup when I was 12. I wasn't allowed to because my mom put her foot down and said, listen, that's something you do when you're older, when you get too closer to be to an adult. We wouldn't let a kid eat whatever they want, play with fire. I think when you're young, you go through phases. And I think let kids be kids and just like live and just worry about kid things. I think sexuality and sex is something that we 5 and 6 years old, it shouldn't even be on the radar at that point. I think we're just introducing sex and sexuality just so young. And I know people might be mad at that comment, but I'm standing by it and I'm not apologizing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a parent, you decide to parent your kid the way that you want to parent your kid. I'm with you. I feel that at age 5, 6, I don't want my kids to be thinking about sex. Not at all. Not any type of sex.
Right, and it's not just an LBGT thing. I think straight, heterosexual,
not straight
anything.
sex, not gay sex, not any type of sex. I don't want any type of sex references at the age of 5 and 6, and not even at the age of 10. I have a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old. I had to start counting. One is about to be 7, and one's about to be 2. And that's not something that I even want on their mind. I want them to be kids. I want them to play outside. I want them to play basketball and football and dance. And my daughter's making movies at the house using iMovie now, having a great time. But I don't want sex to be a part of that. And I don't make them or allow them to watch anything that has any type of any sexual, innuendos at all. So am I a bad parent for that? No. But if Neil wants to raise his kids, I think he has a lot of them. He can raise them the way that he wants to be. And I don't have a problem with that.
So, Envy, what do you say? And there is an argument, right, to the critics that will say, hey, but, I want my kid to feel comfortable living in their truth.
Correct.
And they say they recognize at an early age. And I do believe that. I do believe children, some children are born that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to stifle them, right? I just think we should talk less about sex and more about kid things.
Yeah, I'm never going to stifle how my kid feels or what my kid wants or what my kid thinks that him or her wants. But I will try to lead a life as a kid. When I was a kid, I was a kid. I played video games. I played baseball. I did whatever I wanted to do. My parents didn't stifle me. But I also didn't have, I'm a grown-ass man, and I still haven't had the conversation with the birds and bees with my mom and my dad yet.
Me too. I'm still waiting.
I'm still waiting for that conversation. Dad, I know you're listening, everyone. We still didn't have that conversation, but that's what it was. We didn't have that conversation. When we get to a little older age, when they're teens and there's more, and then we'll have that conversation. But right now, I just want my kids to be kids. Just play, have fun, enjoy life.
Support them without stifling them, but I don't encourage any kind of sex talk until they're a little older, maybe.
I feel the same way.
All right. We on the same page. All right. Y'all be mad if y'all want to, but that's what we think. And I think we got to get back to a point where we can have opinions on things without it being called a phobia.
Correct. And that is your rumor report. Now, Charlamagne is out. If you want to give Donkey of the Day to anybody you want, 800-585-1051. Phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Give Donkey the Day to whoever you want. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
With audio titles on business, fitness, motivation, and more, Audible keeps your imagination pumped and ready to hit new goals. Check out all the audiobooks, podcasts, and originals you could want and sign up for 30 days free at audible.com/breakfast club.
It's your time to nominate a donkey of your own.
Remember now, it's how they choose.
Call in now, 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is out, so we're opening up the phone lines to give Donkey of the Day to whoever you want. Claudia Jordan is here, our guest host. So let's go right to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
My name is Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer. Who you want to give Donkey to?
The people at Vassar's who got their ass whooped in Montgomery.
They deserved it, though, didn't
they? They did. And they own a gas station in Selma, Alabama. And I work at the hospital, and they came in the hospital scared to death last night.
Oh, you went over there last night?
I actually work in Selma, Alabama. I'm a contract worker at the hospital.
Oh, so you see some of the people come in there, and they were scared to death?
They were scared to death. They called the police. They said, oh, everybody's is in here.
They said what?
Yeah, that's what they said.
They said everybody what?
Are niggers in here.
So you saw them at the hospital. Were they like a lot of injuries? Was anybody teeth knocked out?
Oh yeah, they like one lady. It was 3 men and 1 woman. The woman had a fist print and in her face, on the left side of her face, and it was huge. Or what have you. Don't get me wrong, I was tickled, but I was thinking to myself, like, y'all deserved everything y'all got.
You know, the messed up thing about it is, it is, I like that term, it tickled me too. You got a footprint. But then they come to the hospital, now they coming to the black nurses to get some help?
Exactly, and then they looking at everybody like, oh my God, everybody's black, everybody's a and then they called the police. And the police told them, hey, you either get treated or you leave. And they left.
So you mess with black people, walked around, found out, got your ass beat, got a footprint in your forehead, then you go to the hospital and you're like, oh, there's more of them here.
The footprint on your face is crazy. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Willie from Alabama.
This is Willie from Alabama. Now, Willie, who you want to give Donkey to?
I want to give Donkey of the Day to the owners of Vassar's Mini Mart that came down here to Montgomery, Alabama, and jumped on that dude who go by the name Dang Dang.
That's your friend, the security guard?
Yeah, I know him personally.
How's he doing?
He all right. He's having good spirits because everybody down here, we support him.
We definitely support him, man. And so he's a security guard. How old is the brother?
They gonna be like 45 years old.
So he's an older gentleman. They try to whoop his ass. I'm so glad that people jumped on his ass so fast.
Yeah, man. But we go through that all the time, man.
Is he on social media?
He don't have no social media, but I can get him to call you guys.
I need his info.
What's his number? We gonna speak to him. What can you call him on three-way right fast?
I can't call him on three-way real fast. Like he one of them type of older dudes where you just gotta pull up on him. He just always in the neighborhood.
You gotta pull up on him. Man, all right, Willie.
We love him. Can you tell him we love him and we salute him? And I think he just inspired a whole movement of people of us sticking together.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I got y'all on record, so as soon as I get off work, I'm gonna go show it to him.
Okay, all right. Well, we appreciate it. What's his name?
My name is Willie from Montgomery, Alabama.
Not you, Willie, the man that got
oh, Dang Dang. His name is Dang Dang.
Day Day or Nay Nay? Day Day as in dog or Nay Nay as in not.
Bang Bang. Bang Bang.
Oh, Bang Bang.
Bang Bang, like with a B, like boy?
No, Dang Dang, like Dang Dang.
Dang Dang.
Dang, D-A-N-G?
Yeah.
All right, well, salute to Dang Dang. All right, thank you, Willie.
The market owner trying to say that he had nothing to do with it. He left.
Oh.
He's like, no, it wasn't. I walked away.
I walked away. Wasn't yeah. All right. Well, we'll see this video. Hello, who's this?
It's Shug.
Shug, who you want to give donkey to?
To them white people that jumped at security guard and then try to play the victim when the police came.
Right?
Well, they was tripping.
I'm just surprised more of them didn't get thrown into the water because I'd have been throwing them in the water like crazy.
Hey, they was knocking them out though, so it's cool.
You know what's funny? They was real bold with it when it was 6-on-1 to the poor brother, the brother by himself. But then when we pulled up, they were like, they want to.
They ain't want no smoke. They ain't want no smoke. And the gentleman.
Yeah, now they scared, and we traumatizing them.
That's right. And the gentleman that picked up the chair, he wasn't a younger dude. He was an older man. He was getting busy with that chair, WWE style.
Yeah, for real. It took me back to my childhood. I'm like, damn, somebody get on the rope.
You know, speaking of that chair, I have a fun fact. On July 17, 1911, Nathaniel Alexander, a black man, patented the first folding chair.
Really?
Yo, I found this fact last night on Black Twitter. I was dying laughing, so I'm going to post it on my IG.
Lauren, good morning.
Good morning.
How you feeling, Lauren?
I'm good. I actually just got off work, y'all.
Lauren, you the woman that you from Alabama, correct?
Correct.
Now you the woman that filmed the whole thing.
Right.
So you were filming from the boat. So break down what happened. You guys are on that boat. The boat's coming in, and you're seeing this altercation happen on the dock. So explain everything that happened.
Okay, so we were like on the dock. We were waiting to get on like the ferry boat because we had the little thing we had booked for my cousin, a private party where it's a stripping cycle, where you cycle while the boat's going. And the bigger boat, the Harriet, was trying to come in. The smaller boats were in the way. They were trying to move the boat, and the security, they called security, and basically they started unhinging the boat and moving it back. And the guy, the white gentleman, went down there. It was a lot of skins pointing, stuff like that. And then the white guy just ended up hitting him, and all of the people that was with him, I don't know if his wife, his daughter, whatever, but all of them jumped on him. The Harriet is now like coming closer to the dock. So like the crew members, everybody saw it. But instead of them folks stirring up, there's something going on about their business. Some of them branched off, got back in their boat, just sat there. So that's why when you see the gentlemen and everybody jumping off the boat, it's because they saw them jump on this man and literally got on their boat like nothing gonna happen to them. And that's why when the boat got close and they was able to leap over, and one individual, I think he was 16 years old, he swam over while they were doing it. That's why they did that. That's why it literally, all the security guard asked him to do was to move his boat. And it went from there.
Was the 16-year-old, was he on your boat that you were on? Did he jump off the boat you were on?
No, he was on the Harriet. We were on the dock.
Oh, okay.
Waiting to go on a smaller little, excursion where you kettle and you drink and, party. That bigger boat couldn't come in either because of their boats were in the way. So they asked them to move their boat, and for some reason, whatever the case may be, decided to swing on the security guard
Wow. Lauren, we lost you? Damn, we lost Lauren. Lauren was actually one of the people that actually filmed, one of the people that filmed the incident that happened in Alabama.
Eyewitness. She's seen it all. Man, I wish I was there now.
I want to open up the phone lines. I know we're supposed to talk about some other things. I want to open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. If you seen something like this happening to a gentleman that you didn't know, a brother out there getting into an altercation with some white folks, and white folks were jumping him, would you help? That is the question. 800-585-1051. I know a lot of you say, I would help, I would do it, but it's a little different. We're asking, would you help? 800-585-1051. Let's discuss this. The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Pull out your phone. Call in right now.
Call me.
Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Break it down. 800-585-1051. The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan. She's hanging with me today. We were talking about what happened in Alabama, that Alabama brawl. If you're just waking up, there was a security guard at a boat dock. He was trying to get somebody to move their boat because the actual steamboat was coming in. They wouldn't move the boat. And they jumped the brother. All right, it was a black guy. It was a bunch of white dudes and a couple white women, and they jumped him crazy. The black people watching it on the boat that was coming in, actually, one dude jumped in the water, started swimming, and when that boat got ashore, they whooped those white people's ass. So we're asking 800-585-1051. If you seen somebody in distress, would you help? Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Janae.
Hey, Janae, good morning.
Morning.
Now, we're asking, if you seen something like this happen, would you help?
Absolutely not. Only because I know my strengths and weaknesses. But the nearest man is getting pushed off the boat. Because what are you doing? I have to go help. But when I saw the females jumping in, yeah, they would have got the one-on-one. I ain't gonna get my ass knocked out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So, Janae, you can't fight?
I ain't even playing them games. I would have got for the Lord.
So there's going to be people that are going to fight, and then we need some people on the film crew. So you be on the film crew.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, well, that helps.
Okay,
we need documentation.
Hello, who's this?
This is Trish from Florida.
Hey, Trish, now we're asking, if you seen this happening, what would you do?
I would jump in. I honestly would jump in. I'm not a person that likes injustice or violence, but I also am a person that loves when our community stand up for one another. So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even ask you, Claudia. What would you do if you seen that situation happen? What would you do?
Man, I've been waiting for a Karen to try me.
Really?
I have. I'm just so sick of, the last few years have been really tough. If you've been, to be black in America is to be mad all the time because of what we see. And we've seen all these people just getting slowly killed right in front of us, and people are filming. I jump in. I would jump in and try not to throw a hip out.
See, I'm the gentleman with the chair.
Yeah.
That is me. I'm not a fair fighter.
Yep.
I never know what somebody has in their back pocket.
That's true.
I'm not playing any games. I'm grabbing a chair, knocking you off. And I am very surprised I didn't see more people in the water, because I'm pushing everybody in the water. Everybody's going in the water. I'm not, because I'm just going to push you in the water, and I know for about the next 5 minutes you got to swim back on shore, and I'm good. I'm just going to be pushing mad people in the water.
You know that dock water's mad filthy too.
Dirty, disgusting,
itchy as hell getting out of there.
The only thing I was fearful of, because a lot of times they say black people can't swim, right? So if they push one of us in the water, we can't swim. Now they drowning. Now somebody got to go get them. But I can swim. I'm pushing everybody in that water.
I like it, man. I like the unity. I hope it starts a movement, like I said.
Hello, who's this?
Uncle Envy, this KK from Brownsville.
KK, what's up from Brownsville? Talk to me. What you doing if you see something like this happening?
I feel like I want to help anybody that's is in a disadvantage. Plus, especially if you're from my city, because even when you and Gunplay had it out, I say, I would go in for Envy. You know what I'm saying? I would go hard for people that's from the color of my skin, and if they not from the color of my skin, I feel like I would break it up, because I don't like seeing people with disadvantages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Is when it's our own people, you want to help even more. And this has nothing to do with it. But if you ever go out of town and there's a bunch of New York dudes in the club, New York always stick together. You might not know anybody at all, but when it's New York, we all stick together. What's up? We don't know each other from nobody.
It seems like we distant cousins when we out of town and everything. You know what I'm saying?
But that when we back in New York, we enemies. We hate each other. Oh, you from the Bronx? I'm from Brooklyn.
See, that's what we got to work on.
We got to work on that part. We got to work on the black part. We all black. It don't matter where we from.
Right.
Thank you, KK.
Yeah.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's good? This is Ace from Billy Rapper School.
Ace, what up? Talk to me.
Yes, sir. You know why I'm jumping in, though?
Why?
Because black people don't just bother white people. He was probably doing his job.
He was.
And they was entitled.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're entitled to this ass whooping.
I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
What's up, Claudia?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
You know, not like
Yo, Evie, we trying to guest host up there. What's up, man?
Ace, where you from?
Yo, what you mean, Brooklyn?
Okay, you just want to just guest host because you just want to guest host.
Here we go again with me and
Yo,
just anyone to just
Daily Rapper Crew want to guest host on the Breakfast Club, man. What's up?
How does that make you feel, Claudia? You've been putting your chops in. You've been working for a long time. Ace is just from Brooklyn. It's like, yo, I could do that job.
I feel like when y'all have
No disrespect to Claudia. She's doing an amazing job. I just think that we would be a great addition to the show.
But Ace, I gotta speak on this. Yeah, when Jess is on here, when Ebony is on here, when all these other Lala, y'all don't be like, y'all should let the average person come up in because I feel like when I'm up here, everybody be like, well,
attract the average people.
Everybody like, well, she there. Then
that's funny as hell.
Y'all might as well get me up there. Do I suck?
No, not at all, Claudia. Like I said, it's not a shot at you. I just need an opportunity to show what I could do.
It only happens when I'm here. Did they do this on it when everybody else is here?
No, just you.
It's just me. Well, you know, I'm gonna say I'm for the people. I'm the people's.
There you go. 800-585-1051. We're talking to that Alabama brawl that went down over the weekend. If you seen a brother in distress, would you jump in or would you mind your business? Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we got Claudia Jordan here. She's our guest host. Charlamagne is out. He'll be back tomorrow. So we're asking the Alabama brawl that went down over the weekend. If you seen a brother in distress, what would you do? Would you help or would you mind your business? Now, I know a lot of people said they would mind their business because we've heard of this before. People jump in and maybe, somebody has a weapon and they wind up getting hurt or killed or shot. Or, if it's a couple fight and you jump in and now they both turn and jump on your ass.
And they stay together anyways.
Anyway. So that is the question. Let's go to the phone lines. Oh, who's this?
Hey, what's up? Good morning. It's Takisa.
Hey, Takisa. What you doing?
I'm rolling up right now listening to y'all.
No, I mean, what would you do in that situation? I know you're listening to us, Takisa. Like, what would you do in this situation? You see a brother under distress. You helping him or you minding your business?
I'm jumping in. I'm whipping ass. I'm taking names. I'm getting some of the best shots.
Do you feel like, especially the stuff we've been witnessing with, like, seeing George Floyd and, like, all the other black men that we have all witnessed get snuffed out, like, do you think that has a lot to do with it now? People are just sick and tired of seeing it, like, it ain't gonna happen on our watch anymore?
Yes, that's exactly what I was just about to say. That's part of the problem. Too many people standing around just watching it.
Right.
We watching women be disrespected. We watch men get come on now, jump in and whip their ass.
And there's an argument
because on the other color, the other side, they jump in. They don't care if they know each other.
Now, Takisa, when's the last time you got into a fight?
Man, I'm 47 years old. I am not fighting.
Takisa, you ain't whooping nobody. You gonna get tired after you push the first person.
Hey, DJ Envy, I'm dragging somebody.
You gonna drag him for 10 seconds and then you're gonna be tired. Then you're gonna get some water. That's why I said I'm just gonna push people in the water. Because I got about a good 60 seconds and I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna be like,
look at you. That's attempted murder. You don't know some folks can swim.
That's true.
You can't go push some folks in the water.
But you're gonna drag them, but I can't push them in the water, Takisa?
Now, Takisa, we around the same age. I'm gonna be with you with that, but we all gonna get tired. But they're gonna get 10, 15 seconds of hell from us before we get tired. 10, 15 seconds.
10, 15 seconds of hell.
That's right.
And I'm gonna be tired. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Sean from Detroit.
Hey, Sean, what up, though? So, what's Detroit doing now? You see a brother in distress. What you doing, mama?
Well, because I'm from Detroit, I'm from East 7, I gotta be careful. I don't want to just get to swinging on people and I don't know who right or who wrong. I stand for my people 100%. But I go to smack Karen or Becky and find out we wrong. You could have hit baby kid or something. Now we all in jail looking stupid.
So you're gonna analyze first. You're gonna sit back and say, all right, let me find out who's right or wrong first, and then you're gonna start whooping ass.
Exactly. I got white friends and black friends. So yeah, I get it, but I'ma always stand for my people first.
Okay.
But I just got to know what's going on.
But the white side don't do that. Like, they all jumped on that guy without even knowing he was just doing his job. You know what I'm saying? So we got to return energy sometimes, I think.
You know, damn, Claudia. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't cuss. But yes, Claudia, yes, you're right. You're so right. They did jump on their brother when he was just doing his job.
That's right.
So we give them more courtesy than they give us. So I think them days need to be over.
Hello, who's this?
What up, though? This is Charlie from Detroit.
Yo, Detroit on the line heavy. When I start talking about a fighting topic, Detroit call is so crazy.
You already know, bro.
Pull up.
So, Charlie, what's up? You see a man in distress. What you
Man,
doing?
Man, ain't no way on earth I can't jump in that. The only way I can't say it's not going to happen, my wife probably would lose her marbles for fear of what could happen.
Right.
But, man, ain't no way. It can't go down without like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Because when I look at that brother, I look at my father, my uncle, my brother. Like, you look at a family member, and especially if it's a black woman, I'm looking at mama, grandmama, my sister, my daughter. You know what I mean? You're just looking to really just to beat up anybody that messes with them. Hello, who's this?
It's Eli from Detroit. What's up, though?
Yo,
Detroit. Yo, y'all are calling it in.
Eli, when I start mentioning physical fighting, Detroit calling so crazy.
Because niggas got us up. I wish it was a boat called the Harriet here. And niggas on it, and motherfuckers doing this. It's the morning tears. I've been throwing people in the water, all type of stuff.
Elijah can't curse. So imagine that party I did in Detroit 2 weeks ago, right? You know, right on the water side. And a brother was getting beat up by some white folks. What's happening?
Man, the whole entire crowd would have been out there.
Whole crowd would have whipped his ass?
Yeah, he would have got thrown in the water, too. We got a boat like called the Princess. They probably would have put him up under it.
Damn it, man. All right, thank you. Let me go to one more caller. Hello, who's this?
Yo, Envy, what's good? It's Mitch, man.
Mitch, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Atlanta.
Atlanta. All right, now, you see a brother in distress. Mitch, what you doing, Mitch?
Oh, yeah, smoke. It's going all the way up. You already know. It's 2023. You already know if it was the other way around, we wouldn't hit the end of it. So, you know, we gotta support our people. We got to fight for our people. Period.
Man, if we can keep this energy going and then start doing it with each other, like stop the nonsense between us, we can be so powerful.
I'm with you. I am totally with you.
Go to Twitter and look at Black Twitter. They are going in. They had a meme of a Timberland pulled up to a dock and it had the SS Deadass on it. Like, there was so many funny memes all over social media. Like, go to Black Twitter and just Google it. It's so funny.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I will say this. I love the fact that we all stood up and rolled with each other. I just pray to God that, you know, in other situations we could ride with each other more often. I mean, there's so many times where a lot of times we go against each other and not even know anything. It was good to see that we supported that brother, we helped that brother and had that brother's back. But it doesn't stop there. We got to continue to support our own. We got to continue to support our own businesses. We got to continue to support. And I don't think we should stop until we support each other.
And there's an argument to be made that the brothers that did jump in and the sisters perhaps could have prevented a murder. That guy could have been murdered.
Correct.
Like, it was 8-on-1. They could have stomped him out until he was done breathing. You know what I mean? And no one got killed, so we can make light of the situation. But I do like that, you know, the brother was protected.
All right. Now, we got rumors on the way. What we talking about?
Yo, big story with Cenat and how they are coming for his neck. We got more on that when we get back.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan.
Fun times here.
Good morning. Shout out to my brother, Rob. He's listening this morning. He was like, support. We have to support. But he was like, yo, E, I have a restaurant. You haven't came one time. All right, I'm going to come to your restaurant today. I forgot it's closed today, so I can't even come today, Rob.
And you're going to pay for it, right? You're going to pay. You're not going to ask for the hookup. You're going to support black businesses.
What you talking about, Willis?
The restaurant.
No, I'm just joking.
Come on,
Yes,
Envy.
I am. Yes, I am. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's go.
Listen up, everyone.
I mean, where I really even start.
This is the Rumor Report.
They call me Soldier Boy sometimes because they say it sounds fake, but I swear they're all true.
On the Breakfast Club.
Claudia Jordan stories are great.
If you live long enough, you're going to have stories.
That is very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Talk to him.
All right, Twitch star Kai Cenat is being charged with a felony and 2 misdemeanors after his free PlayStation giveaway in New York City went left. Now, he collaborated with another influencer, Phenom, to give away 5 PlayStations in Union Square. Whatever could go wrong? Well, the two invited their millions of followers to join them in New York City at 4 p.m. for the giveaway. Now, according to the police, the crowd grew around 3 p.m., spilling into surrounding areas. It really got crazy. It's reported that most of the crowd was peaceful, but a handful of attendees began throwing rocks, bottles, and building materials at others in the crowd. Police ended up detaining 65 people, including Kai Cenat. Nearly half of them were juveniles. And I don't want to call him a thought, but the mayor of New York had something to say. He needs streets. He's outside. Eric Adams had this to say.
Influencer Kai Cenat was released from police custody today after yesterday's chaos in Union Square. Police issued a desk appearance ticket to Cenat, which requires him to appear in court on August 18th. He faces charges of inciting a riot and promoting an unlawful gathering after Cenat's giveaway event turned violent. Today, Mayor Adams spoke about the investigation into the giveaway event, saying he believes other people could also be responsible for the riot.
You don't come to get free Game Boys and bring smoke bombs and bring M80s and bring other disruptive items. And so we believe there were some outside influencers that may have attempted to aggravate this situation.
Now, as far as Kai Cenat's concerned, I mean, he's an influence. He has a large influence. And with influence also comes responsibility. I don't think he wanted this. I don't think he intended for this to happen. I think he was just trying to do something nice for his followers and his fans, and it got out of control. But a lot of times we got to think, he didn't think, I'm sure he didn't think, 10,000 people are going to be there. Some people said 20,000. But if you really think about it, think about a festival with 10, 15, 20,000, no security. Think about a concert or a baseball game or a football game with no security. That's what happened in Union Square. And it could have got a lot worse. Do I think he should get jail time or anything like that? No. I mean, I think it was a learning lesson, and I think hopefully he did learn that lesson. Something else that was very disturbing is when I seen one of the cars driving off, there was like 10 kids on top of the car, and the car was taking off. One of them kids could have flew off and killed and died. But no, I don't think he should get jail time. If they want to charge him a fee, a fine, for whatever it may be, maybe for what happened with Union Square and a couple of those businesses and cars that got, destroyed, that's fine. But I don't think he should get any type of jail time. He's a young kid. He was trying to do something nice for his followers and his fans. I know people saying, yeah, but he shouldn't have. But that wasn't in his intention. He wasn't intending on waking up that day and say, you know what, I'm going to F New York City up.
Right.
That wasn't his intention.
Imagine let me do something nice. Let me give away PlayStations to people. And people love that, right? And you're actually giving back. What's wrong with the people that showed up with smoke bombs and M80s? What would y'all think? Why would you go to a giveaway with that? Did y'all have a conversation, like a private conversation? Let's go turn up on this? Right. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
and now your boy that's trying to give y'all something is in trouble now.
Correct.
And Eric Adams, Mayor Adams, I'm not calling you a thought, but you are outside.
You did call him a thought.
Well, he's thought-ish, adjacent. He in them streets a lot. Is there a first lady here in New York?
I don't think there's a first lady, but he wants to touch the soil. He wants to see what's going on there. He wants to breathe the street. He wants to see the street. He's an ex-NYPD, so he's used to being out there in the street, so that's what he's doing.
He's definitely touching the soil, Eric. All right, y'all. Moving on. Speaking of touching, Usher comments on Keke Palmer's breakup. And now we all know about the infamous scene where Usher was singing to Keke Palmer and her baby daddy, Darius Jackson. He took to social media to share his disdain for how Keke was carrying herself as a mother in the footage, how it went viral. Usher has been called by Lauren LaRosa, who was here, who guest co-hosted The Breakfast Club. She has some exclusive footage or audio where he joked about his new name being a domestic terrorist, like he messing up happy homes.
Correct.
What do you think about this?
I think Usher's having fun. I think people need to stop. Usher's performing, and that's part of his performance. He pulls people up. He pulls up women that, especially are famous, that he knows is going to go viral. I don't have a problem with that. People have done that all through the times. I mean, we've seen Janet Jackson pull people on stage. Usher's having a good time, and I can't wait to see Usher in Vegas. His next residency show. I'm going to take the wife. We're going to go.
How do I get tickets to this? I want to go. I try to reach a my casino host because I'm a degenerate gambler, and they said that is sold out. They said it's so tough to get tickets to the show. Usher, if you're listening,
stop the music. Stop the music. Go ahead.
Usher, if you're listening, I don't have a possessive baby daddy. I don't have any babies. I have 2 cats. I don't have a man right now. I'm not trying to shoot my shot at you. I just want to go to the show and appreciate a good song. You can sing to me. No one's going to get mad, and there's going to be no issues. And Keke Palmer, your baby daddy. I mean, yeah, I get you was feeling away. but I don't know. I don't think it was worth either one of them losing their relationship over this, on either one of their parts.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Usher, if you are listening, I'm taking my wife. If you grab my wife's hands, like Charlamagne and I said earlier, I'm grabbing your hand too. I'm going to jump on your back. We're going to be all singing together. I just want you to know it's going to go viral for real. We're going to be all singing together.
I thought this was going to be the one show where y'all weren't being gay. We almost made it to the end, and you just threw yourself in a threesome with Usher and Gia. Like, really, you're going to be holding Usher's hands while he's singing. Whose eyes are he going to be singing to?
And that,
yours or hers?
And that is your rumor report. Up next is the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in right now.
And we trying to get shows, y'all. Get shows.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Are you someone who knows you don't have to sacrifice comfort for quality? Someone who lives large in life and in the bedroom? Then live large and now thinner with new Magnum Raw condoms. The thinnest Magnum condom. Available where condoms are sold. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got Claudia Jordan here, our guest co-host. And I want to remind you guys, my car show happens the 26th and 27th of August. If you're looking for a family fun event, I'm talking about cars, celebrity cars, amusement rides, jumpies, so many dope activations. Monster Energy, salute to them. They're going to have a bike show where they're going to be doing flips and all that good stuff. And we turn it into like a huge party. I mean, kids will be doing dances. It's going to feel like a day party car show, all right? And that's going down August 26th and 27th. It's a 2-day show. Shout out to PCNY. They're going to be there giving backpacks to some of the kids because it's back to school right around the corner. There's going to be old cars, courtesy of the BBS boys. It's going to be so many things. I got so many dealerships in the local area that's going to be there. Shout out to Wide World Ferrari. Shout out to Mercedes-Benz. Shout to Bentley and Rolls-Royce and Lamborghini. It's going to be so fun where your kids are going to be actually to sit in some of those cars and take pictures. So if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. And kids 5 and under are free. So we want you to bring your kids, your parents, your grandparents, your aunties, your uncles. It's a family fun day. We're going to have great food. So if you haven't got your tickets, click the link in my bio and definitely get your tickets. And I got to remind you, September 16th, shout out to all the HBCU out there. We're doing the Classic in New York, HBCU NY Classic, which is a huge game. It's going to be Morehouse versus Albany State. We don't really get a lot of these games on the East Coast. A lot of them is usually in the South, Orlando, Atlanta. But this is the one that's going to happen here, and I can't wait to see you guys there. It's going to be performances, step shows, band performances, day parties, night parties. There's going to be a lot going on, career fairs. It's all about HBCUs and alumni, and we want you to bring your kids so they can experience an HBCU close to home, all right? Now, what you working on?
Watch me on Fox Soul every night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. TGIF, that show is super funny. If you miss it, catch the replay the next day on YouTube. Also, I got my Tubi movie Part 2, All I Want Is You, Part 2 dropped. And everyone's bugging out on the ending because I get very, very, very cray-cray at the end of the movie. I did some real disrespectful stuff.
Did you? Tubi movies be funny as hell.
Yo, I love Tubi movies because, like, you don't take yourself that seriously.
Right.
There be editing issues. Like on one scene I have like some black jeans on, then it went blue, then went black again. But the movie is still funny, it's still good, and at the end I'm a super savage. All I Want Is You, Part 2 on Tubi. Check out Part 1 and Part 2. Shout out to Silk White, LaMaster, Crystal Adal, everybody that was in the movie. They did a great job.
Okay, well definitely check out her Tubi movie. When we come back, we got the positive notice, The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. And I want to salute to everybody I seen in Carabana. I was in Toronto over the weekend. I had such an amazing time. I had about 4 shows, and Carabana is a time where just everybody represents their island, represent where they're from. And we just had such a good time. It was so many parties and festivals and performances, and everything was packed. It was all peaceful. And I just love Toronto. I haven't been able to go for the last couple of years because of the pandemic and COVID, but we had such a great time. The food is always great. If you ever get an opportunity to go, definitely go out there for a caravan. I had a great time. And then last night, shout out to the mayor of New York. He's doing these block parties for the 50th year of hip hop. And last night was in Queens, and I got a chance to actually DJ for some of the legends that I actually grew up listening to, like Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane and Beanie Siegel and Mobb Deep. Royal Flush. It was just such an amazing event, so positive, so great. It was like 10,000 people out there. So I just want to say salute to the mayor, salute to everybody that put that together yesterday. We had such a great time, and shout to Havoc, man. Seeing him perform Shook Ones from Mobb Deep in Queensbridge, the fact that he's from Queensbridge was just a memory that I'll never forget. So salute to all the legends and OGs out there. We appreciate this thing that you've created called hip hop, and the fact that we've been able to hold the torch and keep it going. We just want to say thank you to all those legends and DJs, and we appreciate you guys. I know a lot of times people take this hip hop thing for granted because we're working, we're enjoying, but if it wasn't for those originators and OGs and legends, we wouldn't be where we are today when it comes to this music thing. So thank you. Now, you got a positive note?
Stop lying out these streets.
That's it?
Stop lying. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to deal with 2 people this week about lying. I know this isn't positive, but I'm going to tell you this. Your life will be positive if you stop the cap. A lot of times your people will accept you as you are if they know what they're really dealing with. You don't got to front posting pictures on private jets from 8 years ago and acting like it just happened yesterday. You don't got to lie and say you did not sleep with your friend's ex or whatever. Just keep it a buck, and you'll be surprised that most people will still rock with you if they know you're honest. Even with your faults, they be like, man, you be on some BS, but I know you're going to always keep it a buck with me. That's going to be my message today. And real quick, birthday shout out my girl Gwendolyn, Gifty, April, Chancey, and Portia. Love you ladies, because y'all always keep it a buck and y'all never lie like these other heifers.
Damn.
What does that mean?
Claudia Jordan.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?